There is a type of man the world cannot control. He cannot be threatened, manipulated, or broken, not because life is kind to him, but because he has trained himself to take anything. Insult, loss, betrayal, failure, pressure. Most men crumble under such weight. They complain, collapse, or search for someone to rescue them. But the formidable man understands that the world will test you endlessly, and it is not interested in your comfort. It is interested in your response. If you wish to become a man who can take anything, you must first abandon the fantasy of fairness. Life is not fair. People will misunderstand you. They will betray agreements. They will judge without knowing. They will attack when you are vulnerable. And if you waste your energy demanding justice from the world, you will remain fragile forever. The powerful man prepares instead. He expects pressure. He trains himself to endure what others avoid. Fragility begins with expectation. When you expect constant respect, disrespect enrages you. When you expect loyalty, betrayal devastates you. When you expect ease, hardship crushes you. But when you remove expectation, you become difficult to disturb. When insult arrives, you observe it rather than react. When loss occurs, you adapt rather than collapse. When chaos appears, you navigate instead of panicking. Expectation creates vulnerability. Preparation creates power. The man who can take anything begins by disciplining his emotions. When anger rises, he does not explode. He studies it. Why am I angry? Is it pride? Insecurity? Injustice? Once identified, anger becomes information. Information becomes strategy. And strategy creates control. Weak men are ruled by emotion. Strong men analyze it. Pain will visit you through failure, humiliation, or betrayal. Most men try to escape pain immediately. They numb it with distractions or blame others. The formidable man does the opposite. He studies, asks what pain reveals. Pain shows you your limits, fears, and attachments. And once you see them clearly, you can strengthen them. Pain becomes training. You must also cultivate endurance. Endurance is not glamorous. It is repetition, doing the necessary work when motivation disappears. Anyone can work hard when they feel inspired, but the man who can take anything works when he is tired, frustrated, unrecognized, and alone. He continues because discipline is stronger than mood. Mood fluctuates. Discipline persists. If your stability depends on how others treat you, you will always remain vulnerable. Rejection will crush you. Approval will energize you. But the man who can take anything anchors his identity internally. He does not rely on admiration. He relies on standards. Standards do not fluctuate based on opinion. They remain fixed. Learn also to withstand misunderstanding. People will assign motives to you that you never had. They will misinterpret your silence as arrogance, your confidence as pride, your boundaries as hostility. Weak men rush to explain themselves endlessly. Powerful men understand that not every misunderstanding deserves correction. Clarity of action eventually reveals truth. Time exposes character. You do not need to convince everyone. You only need to remain consistent. At times, your path will isolate you. When you raise your standards, certain people will drift away. When you refuse mediocrity, you may stand alone. The man who can take anything accepts temporary isolation as the price of evolution. He understands that solitude is not weakness. It is preparation. In solitude, you learn who you are without influence. You refine your direction. And when you return to the world, you do so with clarity. Failure is inevitable. Plans collapse. Investments fail. Efforts go unnoticed. Reputations suffer. The fragile man interprets failure as proof of inadequacy. The formidable man interprets failure as data. He asks, what went wrong? What assumption was incorrect? What must improve? Failure becomes feedback and produces refinement. Refinement produces success. The man who can take anything also develops patience. Impatience makes you reckless. You chase immediate results. You abandon strategies too quickly. You panic when progress is slow. But real power develops gradually. Skills compound. Patience allows you to remain steady, while others burn out. Reaction without calculation exposes weakness. Measured response demonstrates authority. Composure unsettles your enemies more than rage ever will. To become the man who can take anything, you must strengthen both body and mind. Train your body. Develop endurance. Strength builds confidence that words cannot. When your body is strong, your mind learns persistence. The two reinforce each other. Weakness in one often weakens the other. You must also practice mental resilience. Challenge your comfort regularly. Expose yourself to difficulty deliberately. Cold mornings, demanding work, difficult conversations. The more adversity you face voluntarily, the less intimidating unavoidable hardship becomes. You train your nervous system to remain calm under pressure. And calmness under pressure is the mark of leadership, detached from outcomes. This means stop tying your identity to success or failure. If success defines you, failure will destroy you. But if effort defines you, outcomes become secondary. You focus on execution. Execution improves continuously. Eventually, outcomes follow. There is a quiet confidence that emerges from this discipline. You walk differently. You speak with certainty. You listen without insecurity. Not because life is easy, but because you know you can endure difficulty. The man who can take anything does not fear storms. He has survived enough of them to trust his ability to navigate. You choose when and how emotion influences action. Control creates stability. Stability creates authority. Authority commands respect. In the end, becoming a man who can take anything is not about hardness alone. It is about adaptability. Life changes constantly. Circumstances shift. Allies become rivals. Opportunities appear and vanish. The rigid man breaks under change. The disciplined man adjusts. He bends without collapsing. He recalculates without despair. And that adaptability makes him formidable. So, train yourself. Expect hardship. Endure criticism. Study failure. Welcome solitude. Strengthen your body. Master your emotions. Refine your strategy. Do this long enough. You will notice that the things which once terrified you no longer hold power. Insult becomes noise. Loss becomes lesson. Pressure becomes fuel. And slowly, quietly, you become a man the world cannot break. Not because the world stopped testing you, but because you learn how to take anything.